Teaching vocabulary to English language learners at proficiency level 6 reaching involves using advanced strategies that challenge learners to engage deeply with academic content, critical thinking, and sophisticated language use. Here are some effective vocabulary learning strategies for this level. Concept maps with critical connections. Create detailed concept maps that show relationships between complex ideas, incorporating analysis and synthesis. Here is an example. For the topic, economic theories include branches for capitalism, socialism, Keynesian economics, and supply-side economics, with sub-branches for key concepts, influential economists, and real-world applications. Semantic feature analysis. Use semantic feature analysis to compare and contrast related vocabulary terms. For example, compare terms like hypothesis, theory, law, and principle, discussing their definitions, uses, and differences. Contextual learning and repetition in academic contexts. Use new vocabulary in high-level academic contexts to deepen understanding and applicability. For example, write a research paper or case study on a specific topic, incorporating terms like methodology, data analysis, results, and conclusions. Consistent usage in various disciplines reinforces vocabulary by using it across different subjects and contexts. For example, use the word evaluate in literature, evaluate the character's actions, in science, evaluate the experimental results, and in history, evaluate the impact of the policy. Total physical response, TPR, with abstract concepts. Use TPR to demonstrate abstract and complex vocabulary through actions, simulations, and role-playing. Here's an example. For the word negotiate, role-play a negotiation scenario where students must use persuasive language and negotiation tactics. Detailed academic labels label classroom objects and areas with detailed descriptions, academic language, and relevant context. For example, label a research corner with terms like hypothesis formulation, data collection, analysis, and report writing, including brief explanations of each process. Explore the usage of content-rich academic songs. Use songs, rhymes, and chants that incorporate advanced academic vocabulary and complex concepts. For example, use a song about the scientific method that includes terms like hypothesis, experiment, variables, and conclusion. Thematic and subject-specific word walls. Create word walls organized by academic themes and subjects, including definitions, images, and example sentences. For example, a word wall for a unit on environmental science with terms like sustainability, biodiversity, ecosystem services, and renewable resources. Utilize sophisticated vocabulary games. Play advanced vocabulary games like Scrabble, Pictionary, or Jeopardy using academic and content-specific vocabulary. For example, use a Jeopardy game with categories such as scientific terms, literary devices, and historical concepts. Engage students with advanced read-alouds and discussions. Read and analyze complex texts, followed by in-depth discussions and critical analysis. For example, read a chapter from a classic novel or a scientific article, discussing themes, vocabulary, and underlying concepts. Assign collaborative research projects and debates. Encourage students to use new vocabulary in collaborative research projects, presentations, and debates. For example, assign a research project on the impact of technology on society, requiring students to use terms like innovation, digital divide, cybersecurity, and automation. Encourage students to have reflective and analytical vocabulary journals. Have students keep detailed vocabulary journals with definitions, example sentences, reflections, and personal connections. For example, for the word synthesize, students can write the definition, an example sentence like, the research paper synthesizes information from multiple sources, and a reflection on when they used the word in an academic context. By using these vocabulary learning strategies, language proficiency learners at level 6 reaching can effectively deepen their understanding of complex academic concepts and vocabulary, preparing them for advanced language use and academic success.